Matthew 28. A discussion.
So, Matthew is writing primarily to a Jewish audience in
A
Israel.
Gentile.
Matthew.
Oh, Matthew. I'm
Matthew.
so sorry. We just
Right. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, right.
Sorry.
Yeah, because we're gonna talk about Mark next.
Matthew
Because
is
we're
writing
gonna look
to
at the same story.
Jews in.
So we're gonna look at the same story in Mark
Right.
from a different perspective, or at least a different gospel,
Yeah.
right? So Matthew's writing primarily to Jews, right? This is full of it's some subversiveness, first of all, because who finds out that the tomb is empty?
The women.
Yes, the women find out first. So,
First of all, no one's going to believe the women, right?
and nobody can argue that this is a patriarchal society
Right.
at the time.
Exactly.
Right,
Yeah.
women were very much devalued. So in this instance, for divine revelation to be delivered to a woman first is intentionally subversive.
I love that.
It's let's see here. So that's verse 5. Then the angel spoke to the women. Don't be afraid, he said. I know you are looking for Jesus who was crucified. It's important that he's talking to Jewish people at the time, because what's happening at the time? They're under some great instability from Rome, right? So people are looking for security. They're looking for reassurance, and they're looking for a royal kind of leading still, right? Because they're being oppressed by the Roman government.
Yeah.
All through, what stands out to me is that this has a lot of royal language in it. When you get down into the descriptions, when Jesus is talking about Jesus in verse 18, Jesus came and told his disciples, I have been given all authority in heaven and on earth. Therefore, go and make disciples of all the nations. He's giving kingly commands of action. This is what you're to do and how you're to live. It feels safe and structured. Maybe not safe is maybe not the word that I'm looking for, but do you
stable? I'm with you always, even to the end of the age. Like the very last thing he said is like, I'm always with you, even to the end. Like they're looking at going like, is this the end? Like this is scary. Things getting crazy over here.
There's a lot of reassurance in this.
I'm in charge. I've been given all authority, heaven, earth, doesn't matter. I'm in charge. Just go and do this thing.
Yeah. Teach
people about this good way, about the way, and just know that I'm always going to be with you. Like that's kind of, what's working backward from there. But some of them doubted. Some of them doubted. Like I just can't. I say it all the time that like it's crazy that we doubt, because it's always like, how can we relate this back to our lives? But you're looking at. I would say that if I were there and I were Matthew and I had been there through the whole thing and I'd seen this miracle after miracle after miracle, I'd heard him say these things like, I'm gonna die and I'm gonna come back, and I'm going, holy crap, it happened. But did it happen? Like I'm looking at it with my own eyes, so that it gives me some comfort in the fact that these people who saw it with their very own eyes still doubted that it was happening. Like we doubt ourselves constantly. We doubt what we know. We doubt it's faith, right? If there weren't, I think a lot of people are like kind of pissed off at me specifically for like deconstructing faith or questioning or doubting some things. I'm just like going, doubt and fear is all throughout this thing. Like it's all it talks about is doubt and fear. And I can see very easily how you can start to walk back from stuff, but also you have an opportunity to lean in when you doubt, because you're like, they also doubted. So if they doubted and they had it before their own eyes, then maybe it's okay for me to question too, and to lean in and to seek and get curious about why I feel that way.
I don't think an infinite creator is afraid of your finite questions.
Right.
God's not afraid of you questioning. God's afraid of you thinking you have all the answers. I mean, he's not afraid of that, but you know, that's what he doesn't want for you, is for you to close your mind off to him. And close your reliance off and make yourself reliant upon yourself, because we fall short. It's not what we were made for. We were made for connection. We talked about that a couple of days ago, that the interconnectivity us with each other, and us as a people with this planet, and this planet with this universe, and this universe with the mind and heart of God is, it's all, it is all tied together. It sounds a little foo-foo-woo-wee, I know, but
look at you coming into the foo-foo-woo-wee.
But what it is a mystery. That's the mystery that I love.
Yeah.
Is that the creator of this universe is infinitely more complex than I could ever give credit for.
What's funny is that all the doubts and questions we have, it's like we're probably asking all the wrong questions anyway. And God's like, yes, but not a big deal.
So Jewish people need a little bit of reassurance. This is very much a reassuring chapter showing Jesus's sovereignty, subverting some of the hierarchy of the time. Not just subverting with women, but also we've got the Roman government covering it up. Verse 15, so the guards accepted the bribe and said what they were told to say. Their story spread widely among the Jews, and they still tell it today. This is knocking down an objection for. This would have been very common.
We know you've heard this story, this fake story.
Rome and they
made it up.
Rome not telling the real story in outbound communication was pretty common. They would have been like, just like we are now with our own government, like, do you really believe
U.S. history.
So yeah, there's all of that is going on. Yeah. Within this chapter, so it's really intentionally laid out.
People. I want to point out this thing, like you mentioned that it was the women, and I love that it was the women. The women were always there through the hardest parts of things, witnessing the pain, being there for.
Yeah, we read that in John yesterday. That during the crucifixion, it was the women and the disciple he loved.
Yeah, he was the only dude that could hang, and then the women. Yes, but. We've said many times before, verse 2, suddenly there was a great earthquake. Verse 8, the women ran quickly from the tomb. I love this part. The women ran quickly from the tomb. They were very frightened, but also filled with great joy, and they rushed to give the angel's message. And as they went, Jesus met them and greeted them. They didn't wait for some other kind of proof. They didn't wait on anything else. They went quickly. They went in fear. They went afraid. And as they went, what does it say? He met them along the way. As you go, as you take action. I think some of us are just sitting here waiting like, oh my God, well, I gotta have somebody to go with me, or I have to have all this plan, or I have to have this, I have to know the next step or know the path. And it's just like, go and he will meet you there, right? Like, take the action. You have to step out and go in faith.
Yeah, there's a healing. You remember the healing that Jesus does before he comes across 10 lepers?
Yes. And as they went, they were healed.
Right.
They walked.
Only a couple of them came back to, say thank you.
To worship.
Yeah, and all of that stuff. That's Alexa telling me to roll out the trash, by the way.
8 a.m. on a Friday.
Trash day. 8 a.m. on a Friday. Same thing, though. But as you go, they were healed. They weren't healed when they stood there and went, okay, tell me more about it. They had to go and have faith. Together. It's the same structure. So, love that. Matthew. That's Matthew 28. Next, we're talking about Mark. What is it? I'm clicking. Here, Mark 16. Mark 16.